Okay, it's time for you to join me on a sunny afternoon where I'm going to pick a chapter 2. Oh, someone's walking a horse over there. Oh my god, I've never seen someone walk a horse around here. Today feels like a good luck day after that. So yeah, come along with me. I'm going to read chapter 1 to you from PrÆsenti. I don't know why. That's how I pronounce it. I'll read it, but I might get some commentary because it's weird reading this book after a long time, and I'm curious. It feels like I'm reacting to words from a long time ago. So here we go. Chapter 1. The present is the ever-moving shadow that separates yesterday from tomorrow. In that lies hope. Frank Lloyd Wright. Dawn had risen over the city of London. The current year was 1999, the Common Era, the present time whereupon our story begins. It all began with that first day to school. The Disney clock continued to tick away in the bedroom of a child still in slumber. In this dreamer's room were astral decorations on the ceiling, depicting the galaxy. There were drawings and pictures on the wall of the worlds, people and creatures conjured from the hours of endless daydream. Scattered all around the room were a great collection of storybooks on the shelves and desk that suggested a desire for adventure and fantasy. On the desk was a frame containing a single family portrait, alongside pages of writing from American poems, short stories, letters, and song compositions. A cherry blossom calendar highlighted with O's and S's marking important events, one of which a birthday that had recently passed. Not that far away from the calendar was a cute single card with the number 12 on it. When the hour hand reached 7, the door opened, allowing a woman in who had just finished putting the left pearl earring on. She had pixie-cut auburn hair, styled after Audrey Hepburn. I do love my icons. Audrey Hepburn, it's a high standard to reach. Brown, chestnut doe-like eyes, with a face of graceful beauty. On this particular morning, the woman was dressed, ready to head out for work. On the top, she had a black jacket made of velvet, worn over a romantic white and silk blouse. Lower down, she wore a pencil demure skirt, black tie with the finishing touch of bow on court shoes. She paused to look down at the bed. Nestled in a fluffy pillow lay a pristine face that broke out in the most angelic of smiles and the contents of the dream. Her hair was the same chestnut colour as her mother's, only much longer, reaching right down to her waist. The girl kept her eyelids firmly closed, not wishing to wake up and face reality. She had another strange dream, this one by far the strangest she ever had. Time to wake up! Well, you'll be late, Mrs. Beatrix said softly, rousing her from slumber. Oh, I don't want to, the girl replied, half asleep, smiling weakly, trying to hide the pain of it all. Mrs. Beatrix made her way to the window before giving a pep talk. Come on, you can't stay in bed forever, Rose. You've got to face the outside world some point, sleepyhead. And you never know about this place. It sounds really good. I have such a good feeling about it. The curtains parted, letting in sunlight, causing her to peek up from her duvet. Instantly refraining herself to not think about how the day might pan out, considering past experiences, trying with all her willpower to ignore the fluttering butterflies in her stomach. She wished she had woken up from the dream she experienced. Not only had it been pure bliss, an unusual nostalgia, it was one of adventure, where for once she imagined being a girl who lived in the moment. Already she tried to clutch the brief, ephemeral images by the fingertips, enclose them into her long-term memory, to never forget them. But they were already slipping through the tiny gaps into the stream of sunlight. What's on your mind? Quizzed Mrs. Beatrix, looking both concerned and intrigued by her expression. Playing with a strand of her hair, she dismissed it. Oh, nothing. Just, I had the most curious dream. felt so real and strangely nostalgic, like it happened an eternity ago in another lifetime. I was just trying to not forget it, but I think I failed. Mrs. Beatrix shook her head with amusement. Sounds like someone is still in the land of Nod. You need to wake up. Get ready now. Otherwise, we are going to be late. Reluctantly, she dragged her feet out of bed and went to the bathroom to get changed. Looking into the mirror at her eyes, she stared at them. Peculiar eyes they were, being heterochronia, different colours, one another. Her left pupil was the colour blue, whilst the right pupil was the colour green. The rare physical trait was inherited from her late family. Today was not just her first day at another school, but also another attempt to fit in, hopefully get a fresh start. This school that she was attending was an odd one by the sounds of it. As well as higher funding by the government than the average state school, it was very hard for students to get in, and Rose didn't have to undertake any entrance exams. That's a massive red flag, isn't it? Okay. After cleaning her face and teeth, she dressed into a new uniform designed for the autumn, specifically tailored for her. The ensemble was assembled with a skirt, tights, shirt, shoes, and a jacket with the school's crest embroidered. Add in a finishing touch of a ribbon bow as an accessory for both luck and to personalise the outfit. We do like to personalise things. Once dressed, she checked in the mirror to see the results. At least the outfit makes me look smart, sophisticated even, she thought to herself, a vain attempt at optimism. Exhaling another sigh to expel away the dread tying knots in her stomach, Rose continued to get ready for school. After picking a story to take with her and checking once more in the mirror to make sure she looked decent, knowing how important first impressions are, she headed down for breakfast. And then there are some eyes, that you can see it, to signal that we've changed scenes. Moments later, Rose found herself in the passenger seat, waiting for Mrs. Beatrix to consult one last time the map to ensure they were going the right way. Glancing back at the cosy terraced house with flowers at the front, she waved farewell to the Beatrix residence as they departed. En route to a new school, she continued watching the world pass by. The school was located in a more remote area of the town. Have you got your seatbelt on? Checked Mrs. Beatrix. Yes, Mum, Rose confirmed. You got your packed lunch? Mrs. Beatrix asked. Yes, Mum, answered Rose, getting tense. You sure you've got everything you need? Double-checked Mrs. Beatrix. Yes, Mum, I've got everything, snapped Rose. It was already bad enough she was nervous, let alone being pestered first thing in the morning. I'm just checking. I am your mum, for goodness sake. I just want this first day to go well for you. I'm just as worried as you are. Last thing I want is for you to forget something important, Mrs. Beatrix. Rose went quiet. She didn't have high hopes for this place. What's the name of the place? I can never remember, asked Mrs. Beatrix. Rose reached into her bag for her welcome pack that included everything your typical new student needed to know about their new school. From sugar-coating secondary schools to not look like daytime prisons, with photographs of photogenic youngsters that looked simply thrilled to be there, to commendations of just how lucky you are to be attending the establishment, complete with the cherry dictating